So to be honest, I do believe that some of us grew up with the impression that we should express certain emotions and that certain things that we say that people may get uncomfortable around, or they don't want to deal all the extra emotions that go with dealing with hurt and pain and grief, and we just supposed to keep everything to ourselves. But the problem with that is that we're not understanding how emotions work. Emotions are great indicators. They do tell you, what is the true problem with certain things, or what area to look in, and either what direction to go to. But I think that when we decide to keep that stuff in, we just feel like that maybe if I just don't say nothing, or I let time pass by, things will fix itself. And that doesn't work out. And yesterday, I really did have to have like a very vulnerable moment in my prayer to God, because I know there's certain things that still bother me. And sometimes I may feel like that, if I just don't think about it or don't bring it up, it'll be okay. But if I never discuss that thing, if I never just let it out, then it's going to continue to build up even more resentment and bitterness inside me. And I can't go forward, into type of relationships I want to form, the type of friendships I want to maintain, because I'm still stuck on what happened in this situation or in that situation. And it is good to be honest. It just is. There's really no point of lying. And especially to someone that knows everything about you. And I never understood that, just growing up in church, why people felt like they had to put on a show, and they felt like that they had to be this happy person all the time, and they shouldn't show any type of sadness or even frustration, that that's just how life is. But when it comes to just having that true relationship with God, real relationship with God, you can be just really just totally yourself. Now, I'm not talking about just go out there just acting all silly and crazy, but if you know you have an issue, you're dealing with something, you're dealing with hurt and pain, you can take that to God. And I'd rather put that at His feet than just go all over the internet or go all over social media just blasting people, or blasting, this person, that job, all these different things. Instead of, doing all that, I can just be honest with Him. And sometimes, I even feel a little timid in my own relationship with God and telling Him the truth, because I feel like, God, if I tell you this, then maybe that just putting that person down. Maybe it may not help, this other situation if I tell the truth. But if you bring up the truth, to people and even to yourself, that it does bring some correction to a problem, and let people see, hey, there is a problem, there's an issue. And instead of just hiding it, just speak that out. And just having that vulnerable moment with God, just being honest about it, that does help me a lot, because I'm not holding that stuff in, and I'm allowing myself to breathe, allowing my heart to breathe, my soul to breathe. Now, after that, after I release that, then I still have to hear how can I go forward, because that's another thing, that yes, I can release all that sadness, that pain, that hurt, but I also need to learn how to move forward, because if I continue to dwell on it, then I'm not doing pretty much nothing about it. All I'm doing is making, all my prayer sessions more like, I wouldn't even say therapy. I say it's more like complaining section. I'm just complaining about this, whining about this, but I have to do something about these things. And I'm just saying, it's okay to cry. It's okay to be angry about certain things. It's okay. We are human beings. We're not robots. But it's not okay to just sit in it, dwell in it, and just feel like that's the only way to get over it. No, you just have to release that thing. You have to put it in the proper place. It doesn't need to be all over social media. It doesn't need to be just, I guess, in how you treat people. You don't need to show up in how you treat people. Just because you feel terrible don't mean you got to go out and treat everybody terrible. But you need to put it in a proper place. And for me, the proper place is in prayer and telling this to God first. Because then after that, God can give me instruction on what I need to do next. Because I do believe prayer is like that space where I can go to God, I can receive instruction, and I can go forward in my life. Instead of just saying, God, I'm just going to say this is what makes me mad, but I'm not going to do nothing about it. I'm not going to forgive. I'm not going to treat people well. That that's not productive. So I do thank God that, just I can actually come to Him with all these, feelings and emotions, and just really learn how to grow in my walk and learn how to grow as a believer. Because yes, There are times you'll get tested. You will, but you have to make up in your mind that that you're not going to allow what people have done to you. You're not going to even allow your old self, those old ways, to keep you from living the best life you can in God.